Hi, I'm Nikita Ostrom. I am one of 4 owners at Rosewood Senior Living. I am a licensed assisted living director, so I am in charge of the day-to-day operations at Rosewood. So some of that would include staffing, licensing, policies and procedures. And then, obviously I just go up on the floor every day and make sure everything is handled and everyone's well taken care of. So I started in this line of business when I was 18 years old. My husband's uncle actually owned a company similar to this, and he needed an employee over the summer, and I had just finished high school, and so I applied and he hired me. So I was an aide for 8 or 9 years for his company. I kind of worked myself up the ladder. I became an aide, then I moved to TMA, and then I actually became like his assistant. And then he actually passed away, and so the family needed to decide, do we close our doors, say goodbye to 40 employees and 30 some residents, or do we continue it? So then we opened the facility as Rosewood Senior Living. So it's me, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, and my aunt-in-law, if that's a thing, who own and operate the facility. So Rosewood Senior Living has, we're licensed for 30 beds. We usually like to stay around the 28 number of residents, just because state standards actually says that I can have 36 residents in here, but that's way too cramped. Way too much work for the individual aide and TMA to take on during a shift. So we'll stay around 28, so that would make 14 on each floor. Right now we have 13 on each floor. We are doing construction and lots of updates to facilities, so we have to kind of keep open beds here and there. We have 32 employees. A lot of them are actually full-time, few are part-time. Different positions that we have here are dietary aide. So we have a commercial kitchen that the dietary aide cooks all of the meals and then serves to the resident and does cleanup. We have PCAs, personal care attendants. You don't have to be licensed through the state to do that position. You can do on-the-job training. You do some Educare courses, which is online training, and then you do in-house training with our house manager to make sure that you are a good fit for this position. Obviously, PCAs have the least experience in the field. A lot of people start out as a PCA, so you don't know if this position would be a good fit for you. And then you can be a TMA here as well. So that's a trained medication administrator. A lot of people here, you have to be a CNA first, then you can be a TMA. And you can obtain that through Pine Tech College. A lot of tech colleges have that certification. And then you can pass medication here. We also offer our CNAs to be trained on the cart. In assisted living, you don't have to have a TMA certificate. You can be trained on the cart, delegated by our RN here to work on the cart. So that's another option. Obviously, we encourage to go through the certificate program through Pine Tech or Tech, just so you have the education to back up your job experiences here. There's the LPNs. We do have an LPN that works here, two actually. They work the floor and then some office stuff. And we have RN and then the administrators. So as the administrator, it's pretty much a little bit of everything. So I'm in charge of contacting the family members on anything that's happened at the facility, changes of the residents. And since I'm one of the owners at the facility, I do have to have some financial background, running profit and loss statements and being able to read them and make sense of them, knowing how many residents I need within my facility to be able to pay the mortgage and make payroll for the month. So some of the other things that we have to do as administrators is make sure that we are up to date on all of the licensing. Rosewood currently holds an assisted living license through the state, so we have to renew that every year. And then we also have to make sure that all of our staff's continuing education and their license are up to date. So we usually do an audit about every quarter-ish of licenses and make sure that the employees are caught up to date on everything. I'm in charge of contacting caseworkers, social workers. I do scheduling for the employee schedule. It's literally like everything. I wouldn't ask of my staff something that I wouldn't do. So being able to know how to do bedside care is important as an administrator in healthcare. Some of the misconceptions about working in healthcare is that it's a too personal of a job. You know, you're in taking care of a resident at their most vulnerable times in life. So you definitely have to have compassion. Compassion is huge. A lot of our being able to have a little empathy, putting yourself in their shoes, and just taking the time one-on-one to make their day special, to make them feel loved and wanted and that they have a purpose. Something fun and special is that since we are a small facility, you do have that more one-on-one connections with your resident, and you do take more of that caretaker role to the next level. You can do hair, nails in the downtime, you know, just one-on-one chats with them. You get to know their family, you become their family. Just makes a smaller facility a little more enjoyable. So if you're interested in administration in healthcare specifically, I would definitely take the path of starting as an aide first. Rosewood is a family-owned and operated facility. So that being said, we have more opportunities to be person-centered, employee-centered. And to apply, you would just either reach out to me via email or go to our website and fill out an application there. So some of the requirements are being able to pass a background through DHS. When you come in, you'll do all of the paperwork, and then we will require you to get your fingers printed through a state licensed facility. Once that passes, then you would come back, do on-the-job training and all of that. You know, we're a small, inviting environment that other facilities can't do being corporate. So what makes me happy at the facilities when all the beds are filled and I am able to have extra money in the bank at the end of the month that I can, in return, either be able to give bonuses to my employees, to be able to give them raises, or even give back to the community. The most meaningful thing at Rosewood would be employee satisfaction and resident well-being and happiness.